Bitwise stating what XRP investors have been claiming all along. What separates XRP from other crypto assets? The fact that it's not about speculation, it's about utility. The future plumbing of financial systems, it doesn't get any bigger than that, and more institutions are recognizing this fact. Now, before we get into it, huge announcement here. RLUSD goes cross-chain via Wanchain here. And you're going to see, as I've been stating for a couple years here, XRP Ledger will be this hub of value with assets flowing onto other chains, which is huge for XRP. It'll be used in DeFi and all sorts of systems, but also interesting assets flowing back to the XRP Ledger. XRP Ledger has space-age technology for the trading of various assets, real-world assets, crypto assets from other chains. We just need more interesting assets to hit the ledger, and we will see that long term. This build out is happening in real time. Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin has gained significant cross-chain functionality after Wanchain added bridge support, enabling seamless transfer between the XRP Ledger, the Ethereum blockchain, Cardano, and of course Wanchain networks. RLUSD remains natively issued on XRPL and Ethereum, but you'll be able to access it via Wanchain bridge on Cardano as well. This is a big deal here, as we are going to see really this value hub that links together with everything through bridges, through all sorts of different mechanisms. So, value can flow onto and off of the ledger and become interoperable long-term with DeFi systems globally. That is the difference maker here. RLUSD market position, man, we are gaining momentum here. $1.5 billion market cap. What I am glad to see is its real organic growth. People are using this asset, this stablecoin. Of course, Ripple could have just sold a bunch of XRP and splashed it into RLUSD. That's not what's happening. We are actually seeing this coin get trading pairs. We're seeing it get listings. We're seeing it be used. Right now, the 8th largest stablecoin, and we know it's going to go up. Again, most of the supply on Ethereum. And also the XRP Ledger. Multi-chain strategy, Wanchain bridge aligns with Ripple's broader plan here. Expansion to L2's base optimism, also via Wormhole, is underway right now as we look at focus on regulated adoption. Adoption that institutions and major players are going to want to use. Recent momentum listed on South Korean exchange Coinone. Also can be used as collateral on futures on Bitrue, and under discussion for, of course, settlement with Mastercard. So big traction there. Ripple's doing a great job with RLUSD. Now, the PACE Act, this was interesting. Ripple's fast lane to Fed access. Bipartisan Payment Access and Consumer Efficiency PACE Act, introduced April 21st, will give non-bank payment firms explicitly naming Ripple and Circle. So two big players here. Direct access to Fedwire, FedNow, and FedACH. So this is what we need as we go forward. We fully integrate, and being able to easily transfer money onto the blockchain and off makes XRP more usable, more liquid, more valuable here. The problem today, Ripple's Fed Master Account application via standard custody is stuck in Tier 3 review. Historically, can take up to 5 years with few uninsured institutions succeeding. The PACE Act solution creates a statutory pathway, cutting that timeline to roughly 360 days. So we could be up and rolling here quick. And so this has to get done. And again, it's not just Ripple, it's Circle and other major players giving them access so they can build these financial rails. The U.S. government wants this to happen so we can zip money into other territories, and we're going to see this happen. This is a way to fast track it. Again, PACE Act, bipartisan support. This is going to happen. Before I continue, big thank you here to John Deere. I was at the rodeo today, and they gave me this hat. So if you need some sort of trucking, some sort of tractor equipment for your home, lawnmower stuff, go to John Deere. They make great stuff here. All right, PACE outlook and what to watch for. Advantage over current proposals goes beyond the Fed skinny master account plan, including full Fed access here. OCC must complete review in 180 days, and 180 days to decide auto approval if they don't hit those deadlines. So no, we can't make a decision. We need more time. No, you don't hit the deadlines, you're approved automatically. And again, this is framed around cheaper consumer payments, avoids, long debates, dragging your feet purposely by the banking sector, stopping this from happening. This has to happen. So hopefully the PACE Act gets through and really gets us Fed access for the crypto industry sooner than not. Now, Bitwise, XRP, this is what they're saying, is financial infrastructure. Institutions are not buying XRP as a speculative asset. They are buying XRP is a fintech infrastructure play. Cross-border payments, remittances, stablecoin settlements, and a financial powerhouse for institutional applications. RWA is going to be huge as well. Bitwise Asset Management is now positioning XRP as established fintech payment settlement infrastructure. So that's how they look at this investment. Not just a token, not a storage of value, but literal financial infrastructure. That's why they want to hold XRP. Right now, 1.5 billion in ETF cumulative inflows, over $1 billion ETF assets under management currently. And you see Goldman Sachs right now. And Goldman Sachs knows what they're doing. 153 million in holdings right now. This is massive. They're making their move. We have Citadel, ARK Invest, and 30 other institutions just starting to build out that position. Morgan Stanley sees potential portfolio weight rising to 7%. Bitwise CIO Matt Hogan called XRP one of the most established and unique crypto assets amid surprise institutional inflow. So you can see a lot more institutional money. It's sticky. You see how really retail has been slow to show up for the crypto space for a lot of reasons, but when these institutions, when they take out a big position and they're holding, it's for a long term, and you're going to see a lot of people fight against that. You're going to see a supply shock as more of this stuff gets locked up in long-term holdings. It leaves less on exchanges for trading. It's just the way it is. That's why we're sitting at $1.40 now or wherever we are instead of 20 cents, because you're seeing a lot of this supply get vacuumed up and moved to long-term holdings. Even in kind of a bearish time right now, values have risen up a little bit. Just wait till we go on a real run. Now, we're seeing a lot of crypto scams target ships in the Strait of Hormuz. So what's happening? They're contacting these shipping companies saying, oh, yeah, pay us in crypto and you can have safe passage. And next thing, they're getting hit with missiles. Of course, crypto always has to be in the midst of something bad, something nefarious. And it's just because of the freedom of this technology. Of course, you can do really good things with it, but also bad. And so this is going on right now. Hot button topic. These ships are paying money in crypto. They go to sell through, and guess what? Whoops, they didn't really have the safe passage guarantee they thought. Private assets coming to your 401k here shortly. Trump administration Labor Department has proposed rulemakings to make it significantly easier for private equity, private credit, and alternative investments. So that includes cryptocurrencies to be included in these retirement accounts. A lot of money that could come flooding in here. And I think a lot of people are sour. They see, wow, we missed out on SpaceX and all these crypto companies, all these exciting assets. Why can't we take part in the future? Companies can really put off for a long time going public nowadays. It's not like it was before. And then, of course, crypto assets as well. Will be exciting to see that come out. You'll see them appear probably in wrappers, though, right? So it won't be just buying raw SpaceX or whatever the private company is you're trying to get. You're going to see these wrappers from State Street, Apollo, things like this, up to 10% in alternative assets with targeted date funds. BlackRock, they have new products coming out. T. Rowe Price, Goldman, Oak Hill. So they all want to roll this out. There's a lot of demand there. People want in, and they have to chase yield somewhere. We see stock markets, big tech, rip into all-time highs. Where are people going to seek out yield? Well, private credit, private markets, alternative assets like crypto. That's where it's going to be. We're waiting for our moment, and we are going to see it. Today, we saw a little bit of a pullback. Not a surprise, S&P 500 just hitting all-time highs, pull back a little bit. Of course, there's a lot of uncertainty over what's going on in Iran. I stick by my call here, and I'm no geopolitical expert, so don't hold me to it. But I just don't see there's a lot of area for either side to go. We're at a little bit of a stalemate. Not very anywhere for really Iran to go or the U.S. They're just trying to get as much of a win out of this before things end. We'll see, though. In my opinion, this thing is going to be all over Red Rover, and then you'll see markets spike up a little bit. Only time will tell. We'll see it play out. Remember, things can go horribly wrong here in the short term, but I don't think they will. I think this thing will get wrapped up. Let me know what you think down below. And yesterday we got a couple bot accounts. They squeaked through. They were able to get a couple of their little nefarious comments in the comment section, but I'm really working to clean that up using AI. We will see if today's a little better. I really enjoy your comments. Thank you for all the comments you're leaving here. Let me know down below, though, what you think. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.